Good afternoon, everybody. Therwan Sarnai Aryan Master. Therwan Sarnai, everybody. Let's continue with the book reading. The True Thumb Has Awakened, Volume 1, page number 83. Awareness has a profound effect on developing wisdom to realize the pure truth. The Buddha said about how important developing of wisdom is to achieve enlightenment, to stop rebirth. But wisdom cannot be developed by thought or thinking. Wisdom is developed only through awareness and applying the Yathabhuta Jnana for everything. This was explained by the Buddha. Jnanam Adhigamanan Nibbanan Satcha Kiriyaya. Going back to how to react when you hear a sound of a vehicle, you should be able to see the vehicle without the concept of I am seeing the vehicle. You will hear the sound, but you should hear it without the I hear concept. Now, how do you see the vehicle without the I concept? When you see a book, look at it, but without the concept of I see the book. Regard it as just a visual. We will always hear, see, smell, taste, feel the touch, and receive thoughts. The senses will always be there. Sparks will always take place. Here, I have to clarify that the awareness that I am talking about in this part of discussion is the path to awakening for the one who is at the third supramandian stage, called Anagami, non-beginner. The first step to realize the pure truth in supramandian plane is called Sotapanna, the stage of stream entry. To realize the truth in the first stage, we have to have an understanding that we see and experience outside is not real, that they are only thoughts. We let go of the belief in the outside world using the Yatha Bhuta Jnana. The outside world is also known as Bahira Lokaya. To arrive at the awareness of the first stage of the supramandian plane, we bring ourselves to the inside by being aware that everything we experience outside are only thoughts. Since we have the understanding that the outside world is created only by thoughts, we stop believing in the outside world. We see that it is a lie. Ashrutavat Pruthakjanaya means the person to whom the outside world is true. It is real. Sotapanna means the person has realized the illusion to a certain extent and he does not allow his mind to go in the direction of mind wounds. He goes in the direction of the Patisotaya. Patisotaya means you have realized the pure truth, and now you see the pure truth in all stimuli you receive from your senses. You won't get tricked. You know that all what is seen outside is only thought. Now, please understand very carefully. When we were on the path to Sotapanna, the first stage in the supramandian plane, we let go of the outside saying the outside is all made up from the thoughts inside. The third stage, we did not discuss about the second stage yet, but more or less it is the same principle. On the supramundane plane is called anagami. All these stages are all levels of wisdom. They cannot be developed by force, by learning, or by thoughts. Wisdom develops automatically according to how much awareness is maintained. In the anagami stage, we also let go of our thoughts. We realize that thoughts are all lies. Then whatever we see outside, we have to maintain our awareness that it is only a seeing, only a hearing, only a taste. Meaning Mahanse, yes, Honorable Sir. Aryan Mahanse, later, at the end, beyond the stage of anagami, you realize that there is nothing as thoughts either. But to arrive at that realization, you have to identify the formation of the illusory self in each thought. Everyone, everybody.
Terwan Sarnai Shani. This is Buddothpado English Zoom discussion. In this forum, we discuss about our story, your story, my story. That is how the world is created, how I am created, and where we are living. Is it illusion or not? So today, in this forum, we discuss basically on the status of mind, the supermundane plane, the Sotapanna stage, the Anagami stage, uh, and the third stage we discuss Anagami stage. So in the first supermanda plane, we let go of the outside, saying the outside is all made up of thoughts inside. So here we understand that thoughts play a very important part in our life. The thoughts are lies, and our feeling of existence also lies. But to understand it clearly, let's start our discussion. I would like to invite Dr. Kokila to start the discussion. Terwan Sarnai, Dr. Kokila.
Theron Sarnai, will worship Aranhansi and start the discussion. So I think we are talking about supermundane stages. Actually, these are described in order to understand several stages in wisdom. Nothing much other than that. But it's nice to know. You can't force it on anyone, or you can't force it on any system, including the system that you think you had. So nothing can be forced on. That's the most important thing. And how then someone will actually move forward depends on how powerful your actual keenness to become the non-vibration, and the shraddha, these things that we described in uh, the how much we feel that the non-vibration is is good, and I can't even remember the other two. So the how much research you would do how much research you would do, how much deep you would go into insight meditation, things like that. I mean, it depends on all these things and how much awareness you have. Like, this is not the awareness that we have, the things is happening around you. It's not that one. It's about the kind of awareness that there is no one here, and mine is just another just another thing that is not true. So yeah, I would invite someone else to start the discussion if possible. Like, go on discussing so that we can build up a good discussion. Is it possible?
Therwan Saranai, Dr. Kokila. Just I
There
want to make a small suggestion actually. You did a very good explanation to one of our Dhamma friends who talked in the last night, that is your early morning discussion, where she wanted to clarify about the self vibration and self-perception, the different levels that a person will build up and finally end up having a so-called a thick mind bubble. Uh, is it possible to make some, I mean, for our English-speaking friends, I think some explanation like that will be more practical and very helpful. I don't know whether it is something.
she actually took it out. So is it
Mm.
possible for you to actually lead it in that way? Because it's a true feeling you get. Sometimes when you try to discuss like
Yes, yes,
superficially, it doesn't really happen sometimes. But then
yes.
when someone actually has a problem, like when you try to, like, if you actually ask me a question and I'm trying to actually like give
Okay.
the answer to you, then it becomes more shaped and more, I think, better. I have experienced that. Like, I think it happens to everyone. Like, you're trying to help the other person, and
Yes, yes,
it
I will.
flows naturally.
Okay, I'll try. Now, we have learned actually this is something which came up only in this Aryaman Mahase's teachings, because these facts we have never come
Yes.
across in our earlier teachings, in our other uh, discussions that we have listened so far from different monks, Buddhist monks. Now we know that the when a baby is born, uh, baby has very sort of primitive level, I will use the word primitive level uh, sensor functions, where the baby will feel something only. Baby will not be able to uh, locate or specify what sensor faculty even is vibrating. And with time, the baby will have more sort of uh, ability to localize to the different sensor faculties. But still, there are no thought formation at that level. Uh, Actually speaking, you cannot sort of demarcate by drawing a line saying that below this level, the babies are having only the feel, and beyond this, the thoughts are formed. So it is a gradual process where gradually initially there will be a sort of mixed experience of feel and thoughts, and then gradually the feel part is completely covered by thoughts, and then by the time they reach the sort of school, it's completely a thought world or a thought bubble where and then with age and with many more data being added, the bubble will become thicker and thicker, and then completely we believe that the world is true, the thoughts are true. So can you elaborate a little
And
bit
that
more on
I
that?
am true.
Yes,
The
yes, exactly, yes.
each data being confirmed as true,
Mm.
that it's the problem is not the data. Actually, the problem is each time that specific one stimulus become true, the 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 underlying
Me,
problem is actually the me getting reinforced
yeah.
all the time. That because all the time we feel like this is the tree, I am here, this is the river, I am here, this
Mm.
is my brother, I'm here, this is my son, and I'm here. Kind of the whole me being the center, it's kind of the center.
Mm.
This weird thing that we feel that such a center. And if you can actually, this is kind of the vimansa that you can do. Vimansa in English would be, we can put it into research, we can put it
Research.
into, um, I'm sure Solanka would have a better words, but the exactly how on earth this problem started, like to feel that this everything happens here and everything is the subjective objective thing that 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 is there. I mean, it's we feel that it had been the truth forever. Like, I mean, we never feel that there was a status before that. We can't even feel that because it's only
Mm.
mind bubble we can remember. We can't remember anything before that. Usually, we know child will remember roughly other previous births before that, but as soon as this bubble get stronger, slowly these other fields will go away, and this one we can't remember anything else. We can remember me being punished by mother or punished by a teacher, specific stuff. If you go back in the childhood, you will remember only specific stuff like what receiving a like a beautiful birthday cake or something. Like what else? I mean, it's everyone's feelings are different. I specifically I have like vivid memories of going in a train, like stuff like that, like as a small child, like that. So which must have been like a beautiful kind of thing at that time. So it is this reinforcement what happens with time, because each time we feel that this center, this I-ness or this self, there is a world, and that's where the death is a big problem too. Like that when you're dying, you feel like you are shrinking and you are like dying, leaving others to live. And this truth is so beautiful, and I don't have words to say that, but it's so beautiful that how it happened, how did it happen. So it happened slowly. It happened, this reinforcement happened every time when the stimulus is true. whether it's the waterfall, whether it's the tree, whether it's the train, whether it's the cake, whether it's the, mother's kind words or mother's rude words or anything.
Yes,
It
excuse me,
doesn't,
Dr. Kapila. Sometimes now there are incidents, sort of selectively, certain incidents telepathize off and on without remembering the things in between, isn't it?
yeah,
It
that's because it brought out the self vibration the most.
most at that time. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. It have been the highest one. So imagine PTSD or the traumatic events
Mm.
are working like that because um, you play every day, suddenly someone is coming behind you and making you to um, you know do a joke and you
Mm.
startle. It's, they didn't mean to. They didn't mean to make you startle or like make you difficult, but sometimes it can be that purposefully someone is trying to actually harm you, but sometimes even a joke that you become so startled, so worried suddenly, and it goes away when you understand that it was a just a joke, but then that that you might remember forever, like that specific vibration. Remembering is that the specific vibration has the power to come back at every moment that there is a vibration similar. But there has to be a vibration similar to come back. Doesn't like when you go to a cold area, you will remember how coldness has been experienced prior. So it's everything is like beautifully experienced with kind of a high vibration will be kind of carved into the system, and that's how it is. But how this mind bubble keep forming and how strong that is the problem. And Lord Buddha once said, if you came, if you, no, I can't specifically remember how he worded it, but he worded it like if he came uh, before, he would have been an arahant. If he come a little bit later than that, he would have been an non-returner, or like then he would have been like that. He has mentioned something like that. It
Yeah, I think
the
that was
chances.
somebody who left the discussion. I think if I remember correctly, somebody
Yeah.
who was in the discussion, he just left, isn't it, without waiting until the end.
And isn't it happening now?
Yeah, it is. Yes.
Yeah, it is happening
Yeah.
now because everything is felt personally.
Mhm.
When a strong dhamma is being said, sometimes it attacks the self view so strongly you feel like vomiting when you hear that. Someone would be so keen to listen to that. Someone who has the keenness to listen to that would keep on listening like it's like jam in the tongue. Oh no, that's not a good one. Or like honey, I can't remember the exact metaphor that, but it will be like so good to some person. Some person they will feel like so difficult. I know once in Lord Buddha's time, some monks couldn't help vomiting when they heard one of the suttas. So you can really understand how this how this strongness can affect the self view so badly, because self view is the view that we have cultivated with that bubble that we were talking about. How it has been cultivated, how it has been reinforced, how it had been like gone into such an extent that you don't want to even believe that there is no self, you know. And also there can be some instances where you have the ability to understand that, but you just left. just left, some kind of feel that you didn't have that particular moment. You can't really do anything about it. You can't really do much, but we can only heal someone who is keen to be healed. So it is one kind of another thing. But going back to the reinforcement that we get, the reinforcement is actually is going to dwindle, or like it going to slowly get less stronger each day when you listen to Dhamma, because Dhamma is like it's like completely different. You hear a Dhamma saying, truth saying, actually what you felt is the vibration of your sensory organs, and then you had like kind of a sensory organs vibration simultaneously or simultaneously at the same time, then it has the ability to work as a different organ, and this mind is formed. But there's no actually a mind organ. There's nothing like that. It just the rapid formation of one stimuli to another. That is what is called mind. There's nothing called mind. It's like the falling of water is called waterfall. It's the same thing. Like falling of water is the we are having like the fast running of water would be called river, like that. The fast happening of stimuli is called the mind. Stimuli. We call it mind because it's easy to say that. Nothing other than that. There's nothing actually called mind. But because it's flowing so fast, we feel that the mind is existing. Isn't it a beauty to understand this? I think that's the most beautiful thing ever, to understand how this, if you want to know the truth, if it is the right to know the truth, everyone in the world, if it is the right to know the truth, because they call about, right to know, knowing is the power. And yes, the humans have the right to know that the mind is something like this, and it's not true. It's just another manifestation of stimuli which is arising from five senses. And when you understand that more and more and more, you understand that your wisdom will rise, the super awareness will happen, and those stages that we were talking about will pass. So what? Nothing. And you getting dissolved, is that something that you can be proud of? Not really. That's the whole thing, is you getting dissolved is not like you achieving something. This is completely different scenario. But the more you lose your kind of you idea and you perception and you vibration, the tranquility is immense, and the serenity is immense. We don't have words to say like anything about that in English words. Actually, I mean, it's beyond happiness. It's supra happiness. I don't know. So how can we say? I mean, we can't say this is something for you to come and experience, isn't it? And is there anything about how to explain the feel that you will get once you become you feel is dissolving, your perception is dissolving, your vibration is dissolving. It's all happening at the same time. Don't forget, when once the you feel, in the sense you thought or self thought is shattered, everything starts to dissolve, and it it is happening in such a order. That's why Lord Buddha has explained such a order. Yeah, you two can add on now. Anything else that I missed? Yes.
Would Surangika like to add something?
Thiruvan Sarnai. I can't actually think of anything. So if you can continue, Dr. Sakuntala. Thiruvan Sarnai. I'll chip in later.
Okay. This is actually something from the discussion that I heard last night from Dr. Kokila's discussion. Actually, it was, she beautifully sort of explained right from the beginning. Newborn baby, just a sort of brand new one, just born. That baby also has the symptoms, but they are, as I mentioned earlier, sort of in the very primitive level. Babies unable to lock.
Sorry, I think you are cutting out a bit with probably the Wi-Fi. Dr.
And
Kokila, can you hear?
when it is cold,
No,
and
actually,
when there is
her internet must be a bit having problems.
sorry, I will change my location. Is it better now?
Yeah, it is getting
Yes.
better. It is getting
Is it
better.
better? Okay, sorry. Yes, when the baby is born, newborn baby,
Actually, the word you use, we can't even
yes,
say that because the baby that we think that primitive, it has the ability to feel the whole world.
feel. Yes, yes.
That's quite in our mind we can call it primitive because the mind bubble we are so proud of is has not developed yet.
Okay,
But
yes.
the feel is immense, and even though that they don't know anything about the feel is immense. So the we can't actually comment about the feel. There can be the feel can be different from the system to system, but the because some vibrations have felt the ability to feel more than others, so we can call it something. That's why we look at the baby and say, oh, baby's crying, because baby has past tools or the feces, but the actual thing is the feel of wetness that they felt, because they don't know they don't know that it can be even the different smell, but usually it is the wetness because they feel the difference of the temperature very well. That is really developed because they are used to the temperature, high temperatures. We know all this. Mothers all know this because that's why they, cuddle up and, cover the babies and, quickly change the diaper and, keep them warm and cozy. But the thing is that the amount they feel can telepathize to different levels. We can't talk about it though, because there's no interpretation, and that's a different level we can't even talk about. I mean, I'm not even in a position to even talk more than that. But sometimes I don't know, say brings this beauty about the feel and how feeling can extend to other, the fields that had been not within this time. And that's something completely something I would just keep for our advancer to discuss. So it's beauty of this Dhamma, how how deep it can go, how beautiful it can extend to, and we are not in a position to explain some of the things that Lord Buddha has explained, or we are not in a position to explain what Lord Buddha felt, Same thing, we will never be able to explain some of the things Aranwanse feels like. Same thing. It's different, it's difficult, and it's at the same time such a beautiful thing to even understand, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So actually, as you mentioned, the mind bubble is it becomes sort of thicker and thicker with the time, and simultaneously the image of self also becomes thicker and thicker on the other side. So in other words, this is a sort of gradual transformation from the small age, where with the maturity of the physical organs, I suppose this transformation also gradually becomes more and more obvious. And in the latter part, the feel is actually is not recognized. I would say it's completely covered by thoughts.
Yes.
When we learn these facts from our Aryan Mahanse, only we start digging back and trying to look and find out where this field is. So as long as this thick thought shell is there,
And Dr. Sakuntala, I should add
yeah,
here,
yeah,
someone will look forward to the field, that
yeah,
person will never get it. That part is understood
yeah,
with Dhamma.
mhm,
In
yes,
the if you are looking forward to something, it is still in the mind bubble.
it's in the
So
thought again.
when
Yes,
it's again still in the thoughts. That's where the trap is. I think I couldn't actually finish the last night Andolanatmaka Deshana due to few things happen in the morning. But I heard someone actually asking that question, Aranwansa, how would you come to feel, or something? I can't remember the question, but there was a question, something like that. And the answer is quite straightforward, he said. And it is not even, there's no quite answer, but we can only help in sideways, like give some tips to say the 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 moment that you are able to understand this, all this theory, all the Dhamma part is also in the mind bubble. That's where the most relaxation comes. The you will be so relaxed. Actually, that gives rise to the penetration of the mind bubble in one particular thought. But it will, after that, it will quite, it will happen very easily. You will be, you will, it's very easy for you to understand all about this thing. Not necessarily you will be looking forward to anything after that. You just, go on with your life. You understand about the vibration, because now you know that particular vibration is the reason for the defilements now. Because we can see the defilements. I think Lord Aran Wahanse actually explained in such a way that he was explaining about, the way you look at things, where you shrug thing, shrug the shoulders, the way you turn, the way you talk, the way you do stuff, where the muscles in the face moves. There's so many subtle things that can manifest with the self vibration, and but the thing is, the question arises where the satyajnana, or the truth, is not fully understood. So the part which is very important here is to understand that the understanding we get here by listening to Dhamma and discussing and everything is still in the mind bubble. But what you understand from that there is no self, will be something that will be experienced. To experience that, even to go to the field level, or to know the vibration level, it is very important to understand that the thought can't actually be true that at that particular point. So to happen to that, you should be able to even be able to relax, so that even the thinking of Dhamma won't come. Because now the problem is thinking of Dhamma comes. Thinking about the truth, it manifests quickly. So you telepathize into one particular, if you say tree, you will understand quickly the tree, and then in another thought you will think about Dhamma. That's not exactly what is going through and through the mind. It's just not finding the tree and directly finding the feel, and understanding that the feel is, or feeling the feel is, it's very interesting. Feeling the feel is actually from the sensory organs, because that is the turning point. If you can't turn it, it will be always your vibration. It will be the self vibration. But there's a particular point where, because you have listened to Dhamma so much, that view change, the particular view changes, and the consciousness will not be felt as it's happening here. That's the main important point. That's non-self vibration, or non-self. Actually, that's wrong. Non-self perception. So there's no vibration. There's no non-self vibration. Sorry, I withdraw that, because there's no new vibration. It's non-self perception we get in the absence of vibration. There's no new vibration. It's the absence of vibration. You just feel the emptiness. That's why Lord Buddha said, the emptiness. That's the emptiness we talk about, not the emptiness of the room, not the emptiness of the world. Actually, but you can't get this unless you look at the world as empty too. So it is all reinforcing each other. Reinforcement happens here too. That is I think the abhisankarana happening. The word I use for abhisankarana is the reinforcement, where actually non-self vibration, non-self perception that we've felt just for a moment will be getting bigger and bigger due to that reinforcement. That same way, that the same thing that happened to the baby. It is the same way, but this is a different path. Do you get the point? Because in child's path, the baby's path, everything felt real. Everything felt there, happening here. Everything felt as true. And then it went on to a mind bubble where I'm here, you are there, kind of thing. And it went on and went on and went on. And there's such a great story there. You can even kill someone. Such to such a degree, it will go. But other way around is also the same way. The non-self vibration. Oh, I don't know. I am keeping that wrong word. Non-self perception will get stronger because you know that there is no one here. It's only vibration of some sensory organs. Yeah, you can add something. Yes.
Yes, Dr. Gopila, that even at the sensor level where the eye consciousness, ear consciousness are happening, that level also there is some duality, and then in very
Yes.
subtle way, the self
Subtle.
vibration
Yes.
is
Very
expressing.
subtle.
Yes, yes.
Mm. You can't even call it a duality because they're not like the duality in the tree. Like you stand here and I see the tree there. That's not that different.
Not
It's
that
kind
way.
of a thing when you when you put your hand on a something. When you I don't know whether you have done this, but when you walk in a railway line, you can put your hand on the railway line and understand that the train is coming due to the vibration. That kind of that understanding, when you put that hand there, the vibration, we kind of, you can't really say that it's felt anywhere, but it is the consciousness that gives that trick, because it's happening so fast that it's felt in that way. But within the mind bubble is the train coming, and that's a different thing. I'm trying to get that feel how it happened. For the child, this is intense. This is intense because of the thoughts. Now our feel is not proper. Our feel is mass covered. But the same scenario, when you come to the field, there's no kind of strong duality like the other way around. But the thing is, it is felt here. The feeling is felt here. That's what the consciousness does. It's not the problem with the perception. It's the problem with the sankhara part, the volitional part. But when we understand that, the self has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. That poor self has nothing to do with that. That's the beauty. I can't imagine, even after understanding that we go to the same bubble and we suffer from. So we can't imagine how this suffering is brought upon by ignorance. I don't know. I think only a Lord Buddha can bring this truth into the world by telling it by himself, by understanding this whole thing. But it happens. It happens when a lot of vibrations are close to non-vibration. It happens. And that's another phenomena, just another phenomena. Nothing personal, nothing specific. That is a prerequisite for the vibrations closer to the non-vibration. That's it. Not a person is achieving anything. You know what I mean?
Dr. Gopila, I think Maran Mahanse in the Advanatmaka discussion last night also said how important it is to understand the vibration in that one vibration, and the power that is there in that one vibration, which is the Shashsava, or at the zygote level, because from there only the projection happens, isn't it? From there only the building up starts, and that is because of the sense faculties, and then from there it's that momentum gets built out of ignorance. And I mean, we can see that clearly in the way things are being taught to the child. I mean, we take the Montessori time as a milestone because it's easier to explain that way, because that is a significant milestone in a person's life where a lot of learning is fed to the child. But even before that, when the child is 1 year or 2 years old, there is this, initial words of mother, father, mama, and baba, and all these kind of things continuously reinforced, isn't it? You show the person and you point a finger and you say mama, and you say father, or tata,
And
or
they
something,
will react.
and then they react. Yeah.
And it's reinforced.
Yeah.
And unless the Lord Buddha comes, or kind of this message surfaces, I mean, this dream will continue. And that vibration, which had the power to keep vibrating everywhere, will continue. That's samsara journey.
Yeah. So this, another thing that Haren Mansi always says when these mothers call on the Zoom is, without just saying vague things, what do you have to do? What is the path? And the path is the seeing how the taints are gradually ceasing by understanding the weak points, understanding the points of attachment, and finding your point of contemplation, or the kamatahana, as we say in Sinhalese. So what is the place where, through the life experience, a particular person feels as if that person is most attached to? And that is a good point of contemplation, whilst understanding the Dhamma, to see as one progresses on the path, the extent to which that feeling of attachment, that feeling of stress and worry about something or person is gradually reducing in value or validity, and ceasing to be important. And that's a kind of a measurement as to how much of a deeper understanding through reflection that one gains through the true Dhamma, isn't it? So from that point of contemplation, I mean, it's important, and each person has their own points where they have, spent a lifetime
This
sometimes getting
point of
stuck on. Yeah.
the point of contemplation also improves, because good, like in the past, I used to say to Aaron once in one Zoom discussion a very long time ago, I can't remember, but he asked me, what is your point of contemplation? I said, without a hesitation, I said, kids. Aaron was a kids. I just said that, at the point of contemplation, that what I thought should be kids. I mean, I thought it should be kids. And, well, it could be, but what I'm trying to say is,
That moves, the dial moves, isn't it, to different as one progresses?
Yeah, actually, it's actually getting more clear view of what actually happened. The kids came late to our life. What actually, you go deeper and deeper, you just keep understanding it's self-vibration. It's a self-vibration that we try to maintain. That's why we have this raga part in Pali that we call it rupa raga. Sorry, the
Amaraga.
no, in the other sense, like, you like to taste, like,
Yes.
like, yes, the rasa raga, like how you even would like to feel something, even a small baby that is there. Can you even explain that? Because the mind world has not formed, you can't even explain that. There is a tendency for the next one, even in that level, the feel level, like that's how it actually manifested till the mind forms.
Yeah, that's where Hanuman says that sense of being alive is the motivating force behind it, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Then you understand. Actually, the point of contemplation becomes more clearer and clearer and clearer. Finally, it comes to only one vibration. I mean, initially we kind of put our hands up and say, yes, it's kids. Oh my goodness, and be
I
happy
actually
with that,
remember listening to that talk, Dr. Kokila, where you said that.
Yeah. So that the how immature we can be, and how immature I can be to get today while talking like this. How immature, how less I could feel, what others could, what an Narayan would feel. There's always always something that there can be, stuff that, but we don't need to feel everything to attain this understanding. It's mostly about understanding your own vibration. The ability to feel everything is kind of like a thing that is evident. Even Arananse explains how Lord Buddha's disciples had different abilities, isn't it? So that's different. It's completely different. It's that, but main point is they are all around, where their self vibration has no that projecting power, no power,
Yeah.
no power for manifesting, for that manifesting to happen again.
But the ability to feel the other person,
That would be there. No, I mean,
that
there's
is that the commonality across.
Yeah, must be. I mean, we can't really talk about this feel that much, can we? We can't,
Yeah,
because
that one, because
it's
yeah.
kind of a thing that can't be explained. And that's why one talk can be so boring and one talk can be some like inspiring, because it just happens. Never know.
Yeah.
Never know. It's kind of a thing that it's beautiful when it is led like that. And this has happened to Aranwanse too. Like the things that can manifest from him, how much he can feel, how much he can tell us, changes when the other vibration is closer to that. It keeps changing.
Yes, I mean, it's so apparent with Aryan Mahansa. I mean, I think even last night he said, people put various connotations as to the way he speaks, but because he uses language with great skill, and the cadence of the voice, the tone, all that changes depending on how he delivers the sermon, depending on what kind of question he's responding to, so on and so forth. But there are times and so many occasions. But recently, I don't know whether it was 7 or 10 days ago, or maybe longer than that, maybe 2 weeks, there was a Andolnatmaka Desana where it was unbelievable. There was so much of divine love in the way he delivered that sermon. It was an Andolnatmaka Desana. And I generally make notes of, I make short notes of certain key messages. I recall that day I couldn't even write anything. I just wrote, just listen. that's all I wrote. I put the time of the talk, different points of the talk, and I just wrote the words, just listen, because there was no way that could be even put down in words, because he did say quite a few things to a mother, several mothers, in fact, in response to questions, but the feel that came through from the way he delivered it was, something completely unfathomable. So it's like that, isn't it, Dr. Popula?
Yeah, true. That's the thing. The extent that the feel can go is different and can't be explained. And if I try to explain that, it is in the mind anyway. And it is rather useless, because these are things that are unspeakable. The non-self vibration, non-self perception is none. It's non-speakable, because you can't speak about it. It has to be experience. Then only you will know that what this is all about, and that will start. It will cultivate the way of thinking. It will change your way of thinking. It will change the way you look at life. It will change the way you it will completely change you.
So the thing that I was trying to say about that point of contemplation was, we have these big rocks, isn't it? Like, particularly when we come into this Dhamma, like somebody will have the kids, somebody will have the husband, somebody will have something. And so like that, I recall from my experience as well, the big rock was my parents, and, doing the duty by them and that kind of thing. And looking after them was such a big deal for me. And I remember saying to our advances so many times on different Zoom sessions about this whole parents' business. And then one day, I think he said, Trangika, I think he used the word duty in Sinhalese, which is Yuthukama. And he said, duty is just a word. He said, and that's all he said. And then he paused and he said, duty is just a thought. And that's all. I don't think he said much that day. That was it. And that struck me like lightning. And that is the thing, isn't it? It's the delivery of something which is, you can talk 1,000 words, but you won't get it. And then that one thing that is delivered straight into the point where the Dhamma reflection needs to happen can have such a big impact that can even, turn the person around completely, turn that whole cycle completely on its head, isn't it? And that's how even the Buddha, with his Parichitta Vijnana Jnana and all these ability to be able to see and feel the vibration and the wave of the other person, was able to touch exactly the point where that person will get jolted into the point of reflecting on the Dhamma and catching that wave, or you can't say wave, catching the non-vibration, isn't it?
Yeah, feeling the vibrations that are closer to non-vibration, maybe. But these things, when we try to put into words, it becomes useless again, because these are nothing to discuss even. But we try to discuss because people are inquisitive, but still, I don't think it is something that we can discuss, because feel is feel.
Yeah, and then sorry, just continuing on that, another point that I wanted to get to just discuss in this forum was, so once the big rocks, once, the focus is there on the big rocks, and those then gradually dissipate, and to a point where sometimes even one wonders how that became a big rock. And then, but still, that low voltage thing, Dr. Kokila. So when it is below the 100 watts, and things are like, you feel as if things are cruising along. So that those finer points of then the points of contemplation itself becomes finer, and as a result difficult to catch or difficult to note. But I mean, you brought out the key thing, which is finally through every point of contemplation one is propagating the I, and that is the zygote level at which one finds the root cause. But that other point where the low voltage thing and the finer points and being able to see it, I guess, there should be an awareness that those things will arise, and there'll be a realization that those were in fact places where one would have kind of got stuck on. But if one, what shall I say,
Ramika,
active.
in there, I would just add this for you. You know that we talked about the stimuli thing.
Mhm.
Because it's happening so fast, you feel as this mind is existing or these thoughts are existing. It's happening so fast. Even though the that stimuli is not a thing, sometimes you don't feel specifically anything is valuable, still you feel as thoughts are existing because it's acting as another sensory organ. You have to get this. You have to. That's another point, that you have to get it, because when you understand that, you relax to the point that just the feel is there, because you relax so much, because you don't relax until you keep thinking about, you're still thinking about how this happened, how this low level can be there inside the mind. Yes, it's actually because mind works as another sensory organ. It works like that. It's not actually organ, but it works like that, and it happens so fast. If you even read about the scientists, what they call about, they also know that the fastest thing that they can find is the mind. Like, it works so fast. That's why this mind world is like true, because you can see things, you can hear things, you can, at the same time, you know everything. They may not give you any value, but you know everything. You kind of feel like you are inside a dream. How you feel? Like, imagine you dream about some flower garden, and you are cruising through a flower garden. You dream that. Don't you feel that? Don't you like understand that you are in the flower garden? That kind of thing. That's the mind consciousness. It's happening because of the fast vibration of the stimulus, from stimulus to stimulus. If it is not like that, if you had an ability, like in a machine, if you had the ability to slow down, you won't have this feeling of existence. The consciousness is not a thing. If it had the ability to slow down this process, we can't. That's why we feel the feel of existence. We need to get it. That's what I've been trying to tell you. I think it comes here and there. It doesn't come properly sometimes, but that is what the feel of existence is. Feel of existence is there because of the such a fast occurrence of your sensory organs. The mind is the same. Mind, in the sense, the tree, the car. When you go in a vehicle, if you are the passenger, or in a train, if you are the passenger, can you remember how how we felt as we are moving and the other things are moving the other way around, like other side, like passing it, like that effect. You know how we know that how what we've passed, even though we don't have any obligation to that or any liking towards that or anything. If we still feel like we are living in that mind bubble, that's the bubble form that I'm talking about when we talk about the form level. That's the only way I can explain it, but Aranwansi might explain it a bit further. But just try to understand that, and you will feel so relaxed. You will feel so, I mean, what can you do? Can you like get this fast occurring to stop? No. Then the breathing should stop. We are not stopping. We are not waiting till that to understand this Dhamma. So you need to relax into the point that you understand this mind vibration. In the sense, mind consciousness. There's nothing called mind vibration. This is a mind consciousness. So the mind consciousness is the reason for the self thought.
That's true.
So when you keep understanding that, what else can you do than relaxing? Because you know it is all due to the rapid vibration that this magic is brought upon to us. In the sense that us feeling, the words can't win. Words can't win because every time we speak, there's a bias. Because
That's true.
we, all the words are in, say, Uttama Purusha. In Sinhala, I don't know, what is the word in English?
I
There's...
don't know. Yeah, it's always giving that self-identity, self-view, isn't it?
Yeah. And you feel like when you tell the other things, they are in the other feeling. You get the other feeling. Yeah, it's not here, but the other type, anywhere else. You get that feel. That's why the words are very biased. But you need to feel that. You need to understand this. That rapid vibration of this stimuli, rapid occurrence of stimuli brings upon the feeling of existence. And rapid vibration of I brings upon the feeling of I consciousness. Rapid vibration of the ear brings upon the ear consciousness. These consciousnesses actually paved the path to mind consciousness, and mind consciousness paved the path to mind, actually the thought, like the self-thought, the view. That's the word, view, the self-view. Do you get the point? I didn't even go to that extent in the last night one, but the morning one, but that is what happens. Now I'm trying to tell this to you, it comes. That's what the beauty is. It's different every time.
Yeah.
That's where you're struggling. You're struggling to understand this, how this form world happens. And when you understand that, you relax into the level that it doesn't matter. And that's the feel. That's the beginning of the feel, because the mind can't play tricks on you. Isn't it beautiful, Dr. Sakuntala?
Yeah, it is actually. It was a beautiful dialogue between you two. I think as a spirit from what you mentioned, two important phrases you mentioned. One is this, if you can slow down this vibration, that self-perception will not be there. That is one important phrase that struck me actually. I was thinking about it. It is very true, yes. On the other hand, the extremely rapid vibration itself gives rise to the consciousness, and consciousness eventually leads to the self-perception and all the ignorance where we take the world as real and myself existing and myself and the world existing, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful Dhamma. I can't reiterate more than that. And when one understand that, they will feel that. I mean, more than what we feel now. You know, like we feel that. You know, I feel much better now. You know, we every day say that. I feel much better now than before. And this keep improving to the level that I is not there. That's the beauty of this Dhamma. Like initially we start saying, I feel much better now. And then when the story ends, you don't have a story to tell. What story can I say? I mean, what story is true? So the story is in the mind. So I feel better now is in the mind, isn't it? So there's nothing much to
Scriptwriter and
say.
the actor gone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's I think we are running into 4:00 Zoom
Yes.
meeting in Sri Lanka. I thank everyone for participating into this Dhamma discussion, because it's very difficult to just I mean, discussion brings so much beauty into the world, because it's a mixture of vibrations trying to understand the non-vibration, and it brings upon the most beautiful parts of Dhamma into the world, and that's all we can do. And we worship our Anvanse, we salute our Anvanse, we kind of feel how Lord Buddha actually did what he did. It's so beautiful, and I thank Shani for reading the book in the initial thing, and Mr. Bernard for starting the discussion. And yeah, thank you so much. We'll meet tomorrow.
Thank you, Dr. Pokila. Thiruvatan Sannai to you
Thiruvatan
Thank
Sannai.
for
you.
your beautiful
Thank you.
explanation. Thiruvatan
Thank
Sannai,
you.
Dhamma friends and
Good night.
Hearing. Today also you hearing. It's okay. It's good. It's worth. Yeah. But you know, this hearing is the knowledge is coming. You know this is after. What has happened here? Someone asking, you can answer it. But you know, this thinking is the knowledge. Thinking is not real. So this knowledge, you want knowledge, yes. You want first you want to know what happened here. You want to know the truth. So that is why it's a Buddha's time also, 2005 days ago also, they find the truth. What happened here? What is the death? What is the birth? What is the living? Living. And I feel, how is coming this? How is the senses of creations? So senses of creations is sense of creation is the effort is this your world. What's your world? Your world have everything, no? Chair, table, mother, father, everything, sun, moon, mango tree, and the variety of trees. But this this Dhamma, someone don't know this Dhamma. So people, you also, everybody have this experience. Is sometimes coming is dislike, sometimes coming ill will, hatred, raga, and this is Buddha's word is a moha. Ragadesa Moha. So Ragadesa is the always continuing. Moha is avidya. You don't know the truth, you are in Moha. What is this? This very word. This the Four Noble Truths we discussed before. So, right vision, right thoughts, right speech, right action, right livelihood. So, right effort. This what is this effort? Is samavaya. Right mind, mindfulness. What is this? Samavayama, samma sati, samma samadhi. That's awareness is here. So right consciousness is the final effect. It's a nothingness. It's not no anything is there. It's your mind ending. What's the no? Mind is normally working, but not powers. That is time. So Varna Samvedi, Varna Patti Samvedi. Yeah, that's a. So what is Varna? Varna is colors. How is colors is coming? Eye creations. Color is a sound only. Yeah, that is why it's the baby's kindergarten time. Given the sound, everything. But teacher showing the picture, and this is very interesting. How is this thoughts value is coming? We explained this 2 days ago. How is this alive feel is coming? How is this value is coming? Without value, without this feel, normally, what's your life? What's your life is time? You don't know the truth. You don't know what happened here. So normally, people thinking they have everything is happened to him, but someone understood this Dhamma. Everything is happening, only incident. Nothing happened to anybody. That is the very worth, I think. So this right vision is the main part of this Noble Eightfold Path is dependent origination. But the special part is the first one is a cause and effect. What is the cause is you won't do something. That's what is the effect is, yeah. That is the effect, yeah. Cause and effect is the very worth, I think. So it's not easy because you don't understand. First is everything is coming knowledge. Otherwise knowledge is not a truth. Knowledge can be changed, but you know this truth, not any change happening anywhere. It's one way. Buddha telling this ekainamaggoam bhikkhave. What the meaning is? Bhikkhave is a bhikshu. Is a ekainamaggoam bhikkhave is one way to the Nibbana, no any other ways. That is why ekainamaggo. So it feel that wisdom guys. What is the wisdom guys? Is someone know this our thoughts are not real. It's an illusion. We are living in our mind. We are thinking everything. So this want to be verified, very clear. But it's not clear. Somebody is going speedily, other points starting. But it's not bad. We are not talking about anything. But it's not real. It's not original. So what is the real? What is the original? You see, you. Who are you? You sometimes how you understood. So most of people have ego. That's ego is given pictures. There's a given there's ideas, pictures. So someone is believe in these thoughts, smile. That is the sadness thing, because something can be happen. But someone understood this first. So example, someone is understand they know, he know how dangerous for this. So understanding is good, no bad. But what is they are doing? They are doing wrong thing, no? Because everybody would understand first is mine. So Sri Lanka here, our monks today have this problem. Somebody, so after, so we can hear this YouTube. So others, others Dhamma discourses. So no more guys telling the nuns all Dhamma. Otherwise, no, I feel is here. So normally feeling is censoring feeling. It's not anybody. It's not. Yeah. It's a. It's a very worth, I think. So you know that normally that's how your lifestyle is going. How's your what do you think about that's your this Nibbana way, Nibbana path. So first is the knowledge is a Satya Jnana. Everybody know now this. There's a Kruta Jnana is the second one. Is a Kruta Jnana is the third one. So Satya Jnana is there's a Buddhist philosophy. What is Buddha explain this word? What is the truth is here? That one is a Satya Jnana. What is a Kruta Jnana? It's a Kruta Jnana is a practically experience. You can get it. It's no doubt about it after that. That is why. Is a Kruta Jnana. So many people is a Kruta Jnana try to doing. Yeah, it's okay. That's you can try it because you stimulus are coming, thoughts are coming. You can realize this one real or no. So someone understood it's not real. It's illusion. It's our mind. So it's a sound and forms and other five senses of feeling is there. No any other. These are together coming. That's the thoughts. So we explain this. Every thoughts have value inside, like a magnetic power, like electric power. So this type of this rhythm of going everybody. That's lifestyle. People talking about the they have birth, they have death, they have that's a death. They are thinking everything. They have birth, they have death, they have alive somebody. That's the existence feel is given this. So existence feel, otherwise existence is chair, table, kindergarten time, that's a little baby. So he know that's now after chair, table, mother, father, everything is like a data. It's okay. But it's interesting is it's interesting one is it's not real. It's illusion. It's someone realizing how it's happening, he can find it. Buddha's word. So normally you are living. So your mind is coming many things. So you would understand what happened here. So it's very worth. So that is why we want clear this Dhamma. No doubt, because you know this doubt is not good. You know there's a Sakkaya Ditthi, Vicikiccha, Silabhata, Paramasa, Tum Sanyojana. It's a Buddha's word. Is three. There's a combining points. Your circle of birth. How is creating this your circle of birth? How is this continually happening? That one is the Sankhara. Especially, so you can see, you can realize today how is our school teachers and Sunday school teachers, how is teaching? So everybody is teaching Buddha's subject. How is everybody is is teaching this? So they don't know otherwise truth. How they are given perfect real so how they explain others, how this kindergarten that's the age that as a Sunday school teacher or your school teacher, how is explain this Dhamma? Someone asking how is became a Buddhist, how is happening that? So how many people can given this answer, this question? I know this monks also struggling. They are struggling because that's a karma bhumi. They are teaching others karma bhumi. They are not talking about the mind creation. How is our mind is coming? So it's I think it's a huge misunderstanding. But whole this world, our world, I think most of people like this believing after they are thinking they are going heaven or death. That is why they are making everything, their house and their everything is doing because they won't know the truth. Otherwise, they want life. They want this life uh, keep because you won't understand this Dhamma. You won't end in this circle of birth. How is you are doing this? You won't know the truth first. That's not only the Dhamma, not only the word, not only the any other type of subject. It's a real. It's your story. Every story is there. You can understand. It's very worth, yeah. So you have encourage. You want to encourage. You want to. That's a Buddha's word is the virya. Saddha virya, sati samadhi prajna. Panch indriya dharma. So Buddha's word is 5. This panch indriya dharma is saddha is satya, is a truth. Saddha is a truth. Someone understood this dharma. He know the truth. He have that. That's a peaceful mind. That is the how is this coming? He have anything because he understand everything is sound and firm. So it's very worth, I think, understand first what is the happen here. So doctor also try to explain that. So so this is the very worth point is our mind creation. That is our these senses, eye, ear, nose, mouth, skin type, these senses working. The senses what we understand. So how is light is happening? How is sound also happening? How is this skin sensor, the hot and cool? How is happening? How is this? So you see, it's an unbelievable one. It's not outside anywhere. It's your mind. It's only the thought. Thought is not anywhere. You're thinking. This one is very special, everybody, to understand. So we won't talk about this today. Yes, it's the final day before yesterday. Also, we are talking. We discussed why all people in illusion. Why they not understand the truth. They don't know truth. Yeah, it's okay. It's our society. So our religion, so Buddhism, is is it's like a other religious type. So they are talking about going to heaven. They are thinking that they are someone doing the bad things. They are going evil. So this is happening because there's a generating the power. So someone don't know this Dharma. You know any other idea? He thinking is good. Good work is good. Yeah, bad work is bad. Yeah, good guys. The good work. The good guy is going heaven. Bad guy going heaven. But it's not really. It's not really happening. So someone try to end in the suffering. He won't end the that's is bad bad experience. So people talking about pim power, it's a peanut and power, but they are trying to go in that way. They are trying to doing good things, and they are thinking about going after the good place. But you cannot realize this. It's not Buddha's way. Buddha left it because how do you know how much you have defilements? You don't know. That is how you how do you know you are doing not? There's a many dana. There's a so try to there's a try to stop this suffering, sadness. That is the point of Buddha also given this point, ending the suffering. So suffering is there, something is here, something is not in here, nobody is here. So that's the type of ending the suffering. So suffering is happening somewhere. So they want somebody. Suffering is it won't be experienced. So you understand this Dharma, you are not in here. It's a process, it's a system. Every time is creating the one thought is the happening. It's not real. So this is understandable. So someone understood this Dharma is okay. Karma boom is over. Action and effect Dharma is on. So real is the coming in front, the cause and effect Dharma. Because that illusion is over. So that one is the avidya, is a illusion. So it's very worth, I think, understand our sense of creations. Sense of creations is given this defilements and this world and everything. It's your inside is senses are creating. Your inside is power is generating. Otherwise, automatically is happening. So this power is going. The first is your vision. Want to be right? Bad ideas, guys. So more today also, like a Buddha's time. So not easy to explain the truth because how much you get in this, because you have experienced bad experience, the wrong experience, wrong vision you have. So but you don't know it is wrong. You're thinking it is good, but it is not, because that way someone is doing something to find the nibbana, but he's going wrong way. How is happening is not happening. That is why we want to talk about it. It's a very worth our story. It's not a syllabus. we won't verify. We will clear this. This. So you can read that Tripitaka, the Buddha Jain Tripitaka. So there's a sutra, there's a Pali, but in meaning sometimes you realize be careful because so sometimes you can't see that, but you know this Dharma, you understood, you understand. So someone understood this Dharma. So that is a special, because without understanding this Dhamma, nothing to do anything. Everything is normally happening. Everything is normally happening. He thinking he is alive. He is doing everything. That is why he has sadness and suffering. So this is the point of understanding. This want to be very clean. So this point is understand. So everything is sound and firm. So is after that, it's okay. Some period you are realizing practically, you are trying to do something because you are thinking, and you are thinking, your stimulus, your thoughts are coming inside. Awareness is creation happening. Inside awareness is creations happening. So that's the jnana. So you can feel it. It's not a thinking. It's a feel. It's a tranquility and peace and calm mind is coming. No inside pain, no inside burning. So this understand one. Yeah, but what you want is experience, because the experience is practically it's not after it's not believing, it's not trust. It's an experience you have. It's okay. That is a type of confirm what is that happen here. So we have experience. Many guys asking the knowledge. They are in knowledge. Many of them in knowledge. So inside the awareness, they are not. Their attraction is given inside awareness. You won't you won't think this one. This someone is someone is looking this way, especially this inside awareness. It's not a normal awareness. Normally awareness is somebody is doing something is there. That's a normally. But super awareness we are talking. Buddha's is a cause and effect. That's a vidarsana. Vidarsana is not a samatha. Samatha is a no more stimulus, no more thoughts. There's no given to value. So samatha, we are talking about concentration meditation. It's not ending the suffering. It's not ending the defilements. So it's not ending the sadness, because there's a doing that leg cross sitting and breathing and exhaling and the concentration meditation people, but they don't know how is this soul is happening, how is this life feel is coming, how is this mind is creations. They don't know. That is why they are in illusion. They are thinking they are living outside. So they are thinking they are living outside. How they can find the truth? They can't do that. because various of animals have individually themselves have that's the world. This world is individually just everybody. That's they are mind creations given, not anywhere. That is why it's not happening to outside. Someone thinking outside is not this Dhamma. It's your mind creations. So that especially is the your life feel, your soul. That creation is effort is that one. It's very special, I think. Is understand. The true Dhamma. The true Dhamma is talking about the truth. Dhamma is Buddhist philosophy. Most of them talking about Buddhist philosophy. But what's the truth? What's the real truth? What's really is happening? It's very worth everybody. So this I won't tell in this inside awareness. That's a super awareness. It's very worth. Because it's a jnana. Otherwise, Buddha is telling it's the jnana. How is jnana is not a thinking. Jnana is not a thoughts. Jnana is your inside is we are not talking about the normal awareness, because normal awareness is somebody won't thinking. Somebody think something this chair or table, or someone is thinking that chair is a chair. There's inside is awareness is coming. Yeah, there is not chair. It's a sound and films. Normally is people. Normally everything is normally is happening. But inside meditation is normally is everything is happening, but your inside is that's no any value is coming. Every these thoughts, no values. That's understand. Finally, is coming this. What is the truth is somebody won't understood. So it's very worth. This is the point of I won't explain this. That's a super awareness. That's the Adhigata Samadhi, Buddha's word. How is coming? That's a super awareness. Is normally is everything is here. Nothing happen anything. That is why. So that's a Buddha's word is Nisato Nijo Sunyo. It's a Buddha's word is no being, no living being, nothing existent. That's a these thoughts are normally here. Otherwise, you can see, you can hear. Mind sense are also working. So everything is normal, but there's the inside. Not anybody is here. That's only the actions, creations. No one is doing otherwise. Nobody is here otherwise. It's a system is working. Mind creation is the working. That's the everything is normally you are doing. You are cooking or something. You are at home. Day-to-day activities is going, or someone is doing the job, or something doing. That's everything is you can do. There's no problem anything anywhere. Nothing happen. Nothing change anything. But your inside is not value is coming. That's the ending suffering. It's very worth. That one is how is coming. That's understand one. First, you want to know the truth. This is special. So I like someone have question or something. So this non-soul Dhamma and the cause and effect Dhamma. So more people in action and effect, but it's not Buddha's word. But they can't understand this because there's a case is the books. There's a Renka, Chandramala, Theros, wrote books, Havanti Nibbana. So they are not, that books haven't cause and effect Dhamma. They are talking only the action and effect. So they are given this, our society to action and effect Dhamma. They are always talking about action and effect. It's a silly point because nobody is here who is the action and effect. But they are thinking they are in here. And how they can get this done? It's not easy. So more people today, whole world, is struggling here. They want truth, they finding, but it's not easy. How they can meet this Dhamma? How they can listen this Dhamma discourses? That is why I try to explain this Dhamma English language. Because Sinhala Dhamma discourses I did more, thousands, 4,000 over. So Sri Lankan guys, who's talking Sinhala, know the Sinhala language. Yeah, more Dhamma discourses you can hear. But foreign guys, other guys, how this understand? They want this because this is the real one. How they understand? That is why they want English. I have to say I want to do this. Actually it's my duty. I want to do this English language. Yeah, it's coming day by day. Yeah, so I'm trying to explain is my side. So your side you have, you want to encourage. You want this your side have. So especially is the Sandhitika Dhamma. No one can give an easy. Because your inside is crowd becoming the truth. It's a experience. You want experience otherwise. So someone can join with me and discussion what is how is the cause and effect and how is the action and effect done. Why people in action and effect yeah, it's okay. Why Sri Lanka here, over there 90% over there in misconception. So they are thinking they are in Buddhist guy. I'm talking about the Buddhist people. Only the Buddhist people. So, Buddhist guys, I think, yeah, it's 90,000, 90 second. So 19 plus, I think. That's in misconception. They are in action and effect. Most of them. So same Buddhist time, Buddha's time. Buddha's time they are in action and effect otherwise. Buddha said Jatila Niganta Brahman. Today not Jatila Niganta Brahman. Today they are thinking they are Buddhist. That is why we are talking about Niganta Bhikshu. And Niganta is a Buddhist. Why? They are in action and effect. They don't know cause and effect. They are thinking action and effect, cause and effect. They are thinking everything is same, but it's not same. Action is effect. You are going, you want something outside. Action and effect, someone going outside is permanent because outside is real. No, that is why they are going that way. But inside meditation is a cause and effect. It's very rare. It's not common. It's not easily coming to you. You won't find it. That is right. It's okay. Somebody can join with me and your words given us Terence and I. Someone can talk with me because this point is day before yesterday or we a few days ago we are discussed, but it's not enough. Yeah, many times I think I won't remember in this action and effect. What is the action and effect? What is the cause and effect? Because this is the point of your side is what's happened to you. That's very important, I think. It's a good thing is you don't worry about anything. Everything can be happen to happily. It's a good one because I feel my feel is like that. So this era is very valuable in Sri Lankans. So other countries have some problems the same time, especially the next year. So they are thinking their wrong vision. So they are going that way today also. They are making many weapons and they are making them very so this is destroyable items, weapons also. Very destroyable items. It's if you want again and again think about it. So especially is the action and effect them. So you remember something example is so your baby if you're married is okay. Your baby is coming to you with you sometimes office. So you're thinking this example this example is you so normally that's a silly mind is it's okay they want to end in this suffering, so it's okay. The Buddha's time is also same no, they want to end in suffering, but how is happening ending suffering? So you have really this world is real, you're thinking this world is real, it's not happening. Suffering is here, something is there, there's an existential field outside, but color is your eye. Is otherwise is the colors red blue is coming to sound, but I is given the light. These are together coming, that's the thought creations. Today is a moving that thoughts creations, but it's not real. So this is very special, I think. What is the real cause and effect Dhamma? Someone know? It's very nice, I think. It's not easy, but it is okay. It's very worth, I think. Because existence feel how is coming. That's a sound and forms together. That's actually is you can realize this practically. That's example like that different type of tuning pork. One time touching, there's a ting and tongue is sound is coming. There's the other side someone is there. There's the tongue is coming. This is a type of yeah. So
Therewal Saranai, everyone. As usual, we begin our 9 p.m. Buddothpado sermon session by worshipping Buddothpado Arinvanse first. So you happen to hear a nice kind of explanation which was given in English language by our Venerable Buddothpado Arinvanse by himself. So what he wanted to emphasize is the fact that formation of this consciousness. So how this consciousness thing is brought about. So it is not done by anybody else, neither by you even. So it is the way how nature behaves. So as the behavior of as the end result of the behavior, some sort of a behavior of the nature, this consciousness is getting formed. For it is an end result of a natural phenomena. So nobody does it. So that is very important thing that you should understand. So what we want to see, what we want to realize is that that certain process, the mechanism of which how this consciousness is brought about. For once you only understood this process very well, then there will be no doubts in there. So you know for sure that consciousness has been brought about as a result of a sequence of a series of phenomena that is going on in the nature. So nobody has involved in it. So those things could be understood if you analyze or if you get to know this system very well. Otherwise, you will have some certain doubts whether the consciousness is a real thing or not. But if you understood this system, particular mechanism very well, that will wipe out your doubts. So that will enable you to come out from the Vichikicha state. So you are very sure about that. Because you know the system, you know the mechanism, how this consciousness is brought about. So even someone comes and tell you, no, there is a person within you. That is why you feel things. That is why you feel the sadness, happiness. So they will question you. But if you could understand this mechanism of formation of the self or the consciousness, so you will be not worried about these things, these questions, because you know very well it is happening due to sequential processes that are going on, that are rolling out within the nature. So there is no chance of formation of a self there. So without no doubts, you get to know these things. You will realize everything. So that is the way how you can get rid of this Vichikicha thing. At the end, you will get to know that there is no person for sure without any doubt. So yesterday we discussed how we could, what are the paramitas are, what these paramitas are. So paramitas, we can say some sort of perfections in mind. So there are 10 paramitas. So which are being taught in the real Buddhism. So actually these paramitas can be achieved if you only see this truth, if you only see this Dhamma, if you only see this mechanism, if you only see this system without any doubt. So a set of transcendent virtues in Buddhism that should be cultivated within you over the period of time once you start to understand this Dhamma. So even though we use the word the cultivate, so there is no one who cultivates those things. The cultivation also automatically happens because there is no person here, no animal or living being here. So the cultivation of paramitas also happen according to a certain system. What you can do in order to cultivate those things within you, just seeing the truth, just understanding the mechanism. Mechanism of what? Mechanism of creation of yourself, formation of the self. So in order to understand the formation of self, first you have to understand what sort of a thing is known as consciousness. What kind of a thing is known as consciousness? Because you are having such a consciousness, that's why the self get intertwined with it to form a self. So in order to understand how this uh, consciousness is brought about, first you have to understand what the mind is, what the thought is. So if you analyze the thought in depth, so it will be easy for you to understand the impermanence nature of these thoughts as well. So if you understand that thing, so it is not very difficult for you to understand the so-called consciousness is not an existing thing, not a real thing. So in the absence of that, in the absence of a real existence, so there will be no person to call you, no self to give the name, to assign a name as self. That is how you could see the truth. That is the way how you should see the truth. So once you understand, once you begin to understand this Dhamma, little by little, the cultivation of this paramisa also happens along with that. So as I said earlier, no one does it, not either by you. This cultivation starts to happen within you. The seeds of paramita begins to grow. So as we discussed yesterday, the first one is the dana paramita. So dana means, so what already people refer to as dana is giving something externally. Whatever, maybe in the form of money, maybe in the form of goods, maybe in the form of advisors, likewise. So what they call dana is not the real meaning of dana paramita. Dana paramita. So, and also in the Jataka stories, it says in one mm, in Vesantara Jatake, how Lord Buddha, when he was born as Bodhisattva, who donated his own head to someone who requested it. So we thought, before we listened to this, before we heard this Buddothpado sermons, we also thought the dana, this paramita, is known as the paramita are the first dana paramita is the meaning of the first paramita is giving away some things externally. But after understanding this Dhamma, after listening to these Buddothpado sermons, we realized it is not something that you would give externally. So internally, you have to let them go. So how does this happen? Once you start seeing the impermanence nature of the mind or the thoughts, so would it be there any kind of a value which comes along these thoughts? No, because everything you begin to see as thoughts. So these thoughts have no value because they are just electrical sparks. So in the absence of a value, would you mind keeping them with you? No. So that principle also applies to yourself as well. So you don't feel like keeping yourself as it is, because you know it is also the part of the same mirage. So what is the purpose of assigning value? What is the purpose of declaring an ownership towards an impermanent kind of a thought? So the letting go will start to happen automatically. So that is the first paramita that you would cultivate once you begin to see or understand this Dhamma. That is known as Dana paramita. The second one is Sila paramita. Sila paramita means the Sila, good virtue. The virtue is brought about from mind, word, and body. So all these things are, as you know, Sankara. Kaya Sankara, Vachi Sankara, and Mano Sankara. Sankara are formations. They are not permanent things. So, and all these things are thoughts. Ultimately, it will create thoughts. Even you touch something, even you hear something, even you taste something. So all these things are Sankara, have been made up of formations, or they are known as volitional formations. So you don't feel like that they are really existing. So you don't see the impermanence nature of these things as well. So that understanding will bring about a good virtue in you. The Sila Paramita will start to grow within you. So what you have to do is understanding this Dhamma. So the other thing is the Nekkhamma Paramita. So Nekkhamma means renunciation. So you don't feel like keeping along with them with you, because you don't feel like assigning an ownership to them, because you don't see any value in these thoughts. So automatically you start renunciate everything. So that is known as the third paramita. It is known as Nekkhamma paramita. So far, did I mention anything about your previous uh, birth births? No. So these paramita also um, grow within this very thought, within in this very moment. So you don't want to go back and see the previous births as such that you used to do. So with the early with the understanding that you had before, so you have to have fulfilled those paramitas in your previous births. So if all the paramitas has been completed, then you of course you will be able to attain the nibbana. So a that was the previous understanding we had. But after listening to these Buddothpado sermons, we got to know everything is there in this very moment. That is known as Buddhakshane. If you could see this impermanence of this moment, that is known as Buddhakshane. So that Buddhakshane contains all these 10 paramita. That means it will purify yourself. Internal purification is guaranteed through these paramitas. In order to achieve these paramitas or cultivate paramitas within you, what you have to do? Just to see the truth. So it is so beautiful kind of a Dhamma. So you should see this. You must put an effort to see this Dhamma, to understand this Dhamma. So likewise, it will enable you to see the impermanence nature of the subsequent thoughts as well. So that will develop your internal skill. That is known as Kosale. So it will be known as Prajna Paramita. That is the fourth one. Prajna means you get some sort of a skill to see the Buddhakshane in every time. So that is again can be collectively uh, said like you are doing the vipassana. Through this vipassana, your prajna paramita will get cultivated within you. And also by doing so, you will get some sort of energy. You will develop some sort of energy within you. So that energy will propel you forward, push you forward to see this Dhamma. So that is the Virya Paramita. That is known as Virya Paramita. So the diligence, Virya. And also you know it happens into a certain system. So you don't feel, you don't hurry. You don't feel, you don't have you don't get such a eager to see these things quickly, understand these quickly, because you know everything happens into certain systems, because you are moving along patisote, not towards the anusote. So as anusote move forward automatically, so the patisote also happens naturally, rolls out naturally. So the patience will develop within you. So that is the sixth paramita that you cultivate once you understand this Dhamma. And it is known as Kanti Paramita. And Adhisthana Paramita comes as the next. Adhisthana means the determination. So you have you will feel some sort of determination to see the truth. So that comes next, the determination. Determination to see what? To see the truth. That is known as Sakka Paramita, Satya Paramita. So, and the last one will be the Metta Paramita. Once you understood everything, if you could see there is no person here. So if they, in the absence of a person, so you will start to see this world as equal. So that will bring about some sort of a oneness feel. So that will that will lead to cultivate the Metta Paramita within you. So that is the 10th one. So it is a so beautiful Dhamma, very logical, very comprehensive, but so profound. So all the things, all these paramitas you can allow them to grow as you see this pure truth, as you see that there is no self-fear. Everything happens in this split second. That split second is known as Buddhakshane. That is the moment where you become a Buddha. That is the moment where you become a Buddhist. It doesn't matter from which country you are coming from. It doesn't matter your religious background. It doesn't matter. So it doesn't interfere with the cultural, religious things. The understanding, the realization will make you to become, will assist you to become a Buddhist. So Buddhist is not a name for another religious follower. Buddhism is not a religion. Becoming a Buddhist is not so difficult. So you don't essentially need to know Buddhism to become a Buddhist. What you should understand the system. If you understand the system, if you could see there is no real person here, there is no so-called living being here, that is the moment that you become a Buddhist. So if it stays permanent or static, if this realization continue to stay for a longer period, it becomes static. So that is the Nibbana state. In order to achieve that state, what you have to do, you have to make this understanding into practice. So actually you are not voluntarily doing it. It will begin to apply automatically into day-to-day activities that you are performing. So everywhere, in whatever the activity that you are involved in, it will happen automatically without a self. That means in that particular thoughts, you also touch the level of Nibbana. So when it continues to happen, when these things continue to happen, so you're achieving the state of Nibbana. So that's why our spiritual leader, Buddothpado was always keep remembering us that we are sitting on top of Nibbana always. Due to the haziness of, due to the activities of our mind, the Nirvana has gone hazy. So what you have to do, we have to transcend our mind. We have to understand our mind. In order to understand our mind, we have to understand the thought first. So if you could able to understand the impermanence nature of the mind, so the haziness will be gone. That means you are always, or you are continue to sit on the Nibbana. So that is the moment that truth gets the truth get surfaced. That is the doctrine of Buddha. So if everyone could achieve that state, you, me, your neighbor, so this doctrine, the Buddhist doctrine, will again established. So to achieve all these things, only one single thing that you have to do, the seeing the truth in each and every thought. Otherwise, nothing would going to help you. So, and also you must have heard these things. So in Buddhism, there is something called the Ashtaloka Dharma, 8 worldly, what do you call for that? The 8 worldly winds or 8 worldly conditions. So the 8 worldly conditions. So in Sinhala, they are known as Labha, Alabha, Yasa, Ayasa, Ninda, Prasansa, and Sapaduka. In Pali, it is they are known as Labo, Alabo, Yaso, Ayaso, praise, Prasansa, Indo, and Sukha, Dukkha. So there are the noble 8 worldly, what do you call that, 8 worldly conditions. So in English, if we can say, Labha means gain. So Labha means gain. Also we can say in the business, the profit. The Alabha means the loss. Gain and the loss. It goes as dual things. So gain and losses, fame and disgrace, praise and blame, pleasure and pain. Pleasure means happy or sukha, pain is dukkha, sorrow. Praise means prashansa. Blame means ninda. Fame means yasa, the wealth. Disgrace means ayasa, the opposite of the fame. Gain is labha, or the profit. Loss is alabha. So these are the 8 noble conditions, 8 worldly conditions. So why did Lord Buddha tell those things? Because they are worldly conditions. World means, so Lord Buddha defined the world in another way. So what you known as the world is the world you live. You are thinking you are living in this world, especially the planet Earth. So the rest of the entities and things are there around you. So that is known as world. So it is the mundane, it is the way how mundane people say, they think. But the Lord Buddha defined the world in a different way. How he defined the world? Chitte niyati loko. What is that? He defined the world as something that get created within your mind. So there are 8 billion people in the world. So they must have, so if it is correct, they must have individual different 8 billion worlds. So these conditions can be found in that particular world. So it is not in the noble path. So these things are there in the chitte niyati loko, in the mindful world. So in the mindful world, yes. So in this world you can see profits, losses, gains, losses, pleasure. The opposite one is the pain, praise and blame, fame and dispute or disgrace, gain and loss. So all these things are there in this worldly, in this world. So that's why they are known as 8 worldly conditions. So once you able to see the truth, what will happen to these things? So you are as you are a person who are coming from the mundane world or this conventional world, you think that you are living being. You are a living being. So these the happening, the encountering these worldly conditions is not preventable, because you have to confront with all these things, because you think that you are a living being in this real world. So you may be achieving success in that world, so that will bring you fame. So if someone blames you, so the opposite things happens. Same time the sorrow, sadnesses will come, and in some instances the pleasurable things you come across with pleasurable things, and sometimes you will be praised, or sometimes you will be blamed. So all the things, these are the things that you have to phase, if you take that you are a living being in this world, if you consider if you are a living being in this world, but that is the reason why Lord Buddha named the 8 things as 8 worldly conditions. So what will happen if you could understand this Dhamma? In through this Dhamma, you will be able to realize this world is there within your mind. Yourself is also become a part of that illusion or this unrealistic world. So, in the absence of a self, would there be a person to suffer from these blames or sadnesses or losses or disgrace? No, because you definitely know there is no person here for sure. So, who is going to suffer with these things? And at the same time, who will become proud with when he gains certain things? He gains fame, he gains praise, he gains pleasure. There will be no person to become proud on these things as well. So, if you are a noble person, if you are a person who sees this Dhamma without any doubt, these worldly conditions would not be applied to you. They won't have any kind of power to make certain impact on you. So you are not any longer suffering from these things. So that is another kind of thing that you would develop internally. That is known as Thadi Gune. So being not being disappointed with these 8 worldly conditions. So these can be achieved only through understanding the pure truth. So if I recall them again, what are these 8 worldly conditions are? Gain and loss, fame and disgrace, praise and blame, pleasure and pain. So all are there if you happen to take this world as a real thing. And also they become true if you believe that you are a living being in that world. But if once you start understanding this Dhamma, you will get to know that everything are there in your mind. This world is there in your mind. You yourself is also become a part of that imaginary world. So you will become very sure about that, and these 8 worldly conditions would not be having any kind of place to act on, because everything now being confined to the thoughts. So you are suffering because of your thoughts. So you feel like that you lost certain things. You lost certain things because of the mind. So you sometimes you feel some sort of disgrace because of the mind, and also you might be feeling certain pains due to certain things just because the mind. So if you get liberated from the mind, if you could liberate from the mind, so these eight worldly perceptions cannot make any interference with that stillness you already achieved. So your stillness would be more powerful. It will be unshakable with these eight worldly conditions. So they can't interfere with your stability, internal stability, because you have already comprehended your mind. You have already got liberated from the mind. So the eight worldly perceptions or worldly conditions are there in the mind. So you have moved away from the mind. So you can uh, keep watching how your mind work. So you can observe yourself, not yourself, actually your mind, as a person who sees from the outer space. So you can keep watching how your mind behaves, how these pains and sorrows and disgrace are coming. So you can clearly observe them, but with the underlying understanding of the non-self, non-soul Dhamma, everything would be confined into a set of the thoughts. So they can't go beyond the mind. So they will live happily in the level of mind. But now you have moved um, from the level of mind to the wisdom. In that wisdom state, you don't feel, you can see, obviously you can do whatever do with using the mind, but the the repercussions that will be brought about as certain activities that are going on within the mind cannot affect to your uh, wisdom, because wisdom resides so in a superior position than the mind. So all the things can be achieved only through the understanding of this Dhamma. So that's why we always keep inviting you to stretch your hands towards Buddothpado sermons. Try to grab whatever that you can understand. So starting point, so get some sort of initiative. So get some sort of a trigger point to make your samsaric journey to take a 180-degree turn from Anusoti to Patisota. Here, what is meant by Sota? Sota is the stream or fastly moving stream. So, what you have been doing is going along with the stream. But after seeing the truth, after seeing the impermanence nature of this illusion, you will take 180-degree turn to go against the usual current. So that is known as patisote. Anusote is along with the current. Patisote is moving against the current. So patisote is rather difficult. Anusote is the way how nature want to what is the expectation of the nature. So nature expects you to move along the anusote, along with the current. But going against the current, flow of the current is rather difficult. That is just like going against the nature. But the going against nature is also happens into a certain method that has been seen by Lord Buddha. So once you once you turned your direction, so it cannot be reversed again. So it will go against the current. So it is also not done by you. It also happens into a order of the nature, according to the nature. So only thing what you have to do is give some impulsive trigger to turn your moving direction or reverse your moving direction towards the Patisote. So in order to do so, what you have to do is just keep on listening these Buddothpado sermons. Buddothpado sermons will teach you, will guide you how to take this 180-degree turn. So just by knowing that there is no real person is very sufficient to take that, to reverse that process. So it is said in 3 fetters as well. Sakkayaditthi, Silabbada, Paramasa. These 3 fetters. So if you could fulfill these 3 fetters, you can reverse the direction. You can initiate it. So it will be your trigger point or triggering factor. So what you have to see is Sakkayaditthi means the correct vision. Correct vision is known as every other beliefs or visions will be false views. If you could see that there is no person here, the rest of the other things have been developed, have got developed as a result of taking yourself as a living individual. Because if you could pull these roots out from the ground, so the rest of the worldly things cannot be sit on or cannot be hang around your soul. So they will start to vanish, or they will start to move away from you. So that is the triggering point of the Patisota Marga or Patisota way. It is known as the path. So in the first step, you will be attaining to state of stream entry state. Stream entry state is the Sotapanna state. So once you are able to see that there is no person here, at least for the knowledge, that will be sufficient for you to take the first step, put your first step to this pre-mentary state, Sotapanna state. But it should include, it should, it should not include any doubts in it. So once, if you are very sure, or if you are so confident with this understanding that there is no person here, there is no living being here, that will be very sufficient for you to keep your first step on the path. So that is the stream entry part. So that is known as Sotapanna state. So once you become into that particular state, so this stream cannot be reversed back, because whatever the things that happens to you after that, you will not be taking them as the things that are happened to you, because you know there is no person here for sure. There is no person who suffer from these things. The repercussions will have, but without the self. So who is going to suffer from these worldly conditions? No person will be there. So these 8 worldly conditions would become inappropriate. So they will be there. These things will be there if you keep believing on the word. But now you are already entered to the stream. Now you have already entered to the path by seeing that there is no person here for sure, without any doubt. So these 8 worldly conditions would not be appropriate for you. They will be there, but not relevant for you. So who will be suffering then? No one will be suffering with these things. So that will again bring about the 10th paramita to grow within you. What is that? The upeksha paramita. So what is that upeksha paramita? The acceptance of everything. Even it gives you some sort of profit or gain, even it gives you some sort of a loss. So you begin to accept equally, because you know very well these are worldly perceptions. So in your world, you are not accepting those things. You are accepting those things because there is no person who is accepting it. There is no person who suffer with these losses. So that's why I told you these 8 worldly conditions will become inapplicable, will become not relevant for the people who are moving along this noble path. These are, of course, these things will be applicable or relevant for those who are moving along the current, who is on the anusote, who is moving along this current, but you are going against the current. So now you have stepped onto the first stage. So these things will be irrelevant for you. Nothing can challenge your internal stability. your internal solitude, your internal understanding. So your internal understanding is unshakable because you begin to feel the truth little by little. What is the truth here? The state of Nisato Nijjiva Sunno state. It is known as Anitya, Anatma perception. Perception without a soul. It is also some sort of a feel, but it has not been felt during your lifetime. It is a brand new kind of a feeling. It is a blissful feel. It is known as Sukha feeling. These Sukha feeling start to begin to grow internally along with these 7 Bojjhanga Dhamma. So we can talk about these things tomorrow as well. So I think it is enough for the day. So we can talk further tomorrow as well as usual. So until then, good night. May Triple Gem bless you all, and thank you very much for listening.